I said a hip hop.
Yeah. Honestly, let's just start it off with that. We are here with the winners of Love Island USA, Woo! Serena and Kordell. You guys have been voting for them all season long, and they have won, and they are here with us. Thank you, guys.
Woo! Thank you for having us.
We are so excited to have you guys here, and we're just so happy for you guys. Like, really have been rooting for you guys since the beginning.
We got a bottle to pop.
And we have a bottle to pop, so let's pop the champagne.
Let's do it.
Have a little drink. I'm terrified of it's like my biggest fear.
Hey, there we go. Woo! That wasn't too bad.
I just have one bad nail right now that
yeah.
So
here, I'll grab your glasses. Here, pour them over.
No, I got it.
Okay.
So
All right, I was helping out. Anything the winners need. Okay. So how are you guys feeling? You guys just won Love Island USA. You're now out of the villa. The emotions must be insanely high. Let's hear about it.
Well, I mean, we're feeling great. Outside the villa is probably one of the best parts. I'm going to miss it. I do. I love every moment of the villa. And I've enjoyed every moment that I had with Serena. You know, she's been one of the realest women that I've ever met in my life. And I didn't expect to, have these feelings towards her this early, with the experience. And, I'm just grateful. And if I would have never came here and took that risk and, take the opportunity, I would have never met her. So, yeah.
Oh, so sweet. And Serena?
It definitely hasn't hit me yet. But like he said, being outside the villa is great. I'm gonna miss everybody in there, and I think that'll be the saddest part is like not waking up to everybody. Thank you. But I'm just so grateful for this experience, and I couldn't have asked for anybody better to do it with. Like, it takes a very special person to put up with me. So,
oh my gosh, you guys are adorable. So cheers to that. Cheers to the winners.
Congratulations. We're so excited. And it was a journey. There was ups, there were downs. But we were all, at the end, everyone was rooting for you guys because it felt like you experienced so much together and grew so much together. Yeah. How do you feel like now looking back and thinking about those first few conversations you had? Because now everyone's like, it's the what's your long-term goals? Like, that's everyone's joking about that. Like,
by the way,
I still stand by it.
Yeah. Kordell, I have something very exciting for you.
Really?
We were in the villa the other day, actually, and we posted a video, and Cheez-It commented on our video.
Get the fuck out of here.
And they said,
get the fuck out of here.
Cheez-It said, say hi to Kordell for me.
Oh my God. Cheez-It. I have a flavor I've been thinking about that y'all can make. Spicy white cheddar.
Oh,
I like that one.
Jalapeno white cheddar.
Yep.
Yum.
Yep. Oh, that's so crazy.
They
I love
might
Cheez-Its.
They might make that just for you now.
That is so crazy.
Seriously, it's coming. But
so when you were asking him about the long-term goals, the long-term goals might come true.
It might just.
Well, how do you guys feel about those like conversations now, thinking back, like those? Because how has it changed for you? Because at first I know it was like maybe a friendship thing, and it changed. So now thinking back, is it like, oh my God, who are those two people?
No, definitely. Like, wow, didn't think this would happen. I always say the best start to any relationship, especially mine, is a friendship. So I'm not surprised that it went that way. The first few conversations, we were so similar. It was
crazy scary.
It was scary to the point I literally was putting on my boots and running.
She
I'm like, no, we're not gonna do this. I was I had a very hard shell on me in the beginning, and I just love that he didn't give up.
I cracked it.
Yeah, you did. And Serena, I have to say, watching you communicate your boundaries on this season, I think we all respected watching. Yeah. You knew what you wanted, who you are as a person, and that was communicated so clearly. And I'm glad you stuck to that and stuck to yourself. It was amazing to watch. Also, just a great example for other women watching the show who feel the same way you do. So that was amazing. And then Kordell, the way that you handled the situation coming back from Casa. You knew what you did was wrong, and you were actually sorry for it.
I was.
Did you feel that like genuinely?
100%. That's the only reason why we're hearing that.
Right.
If he was playing, I would have been like, nah, send me home right now.
Nah.
Like, because I already was like, no, I'm not going to take him back. You know, I was like very firm on like.
She was like, if he think he gonna come in here and swindle me.
And you did.
Consider myself swindled.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I don't regret not taking accountability because that's just who I am. I know I fucked up, and I know what I did and what I could have done things better, and I can't change it. But all I can do is admit that I was wrong in a situation and try to go on about it and fix it. And
Totally.
it got us to where we are now, so I'm just happy.
Totally. And
Absolutely.
I think it showed, and I think it showed for everybody voting too. Like, you guys won the whole show, and you had like, there was a little Casa situation, and then, you know, maybe there's some other couples that had a Casa situation, and they didn't take ownership as well, or America felt that way.
Yeah.
And, you know, you can see in the results really of how it turned out. At what point, or was there any point in the last, you know, few days in the villa that you thought maybe they really like us?
Honestly, look, I always said that with our journey, it's either you're gonna love it or you hate it. So
Right.
like, it could go either way. Like, they could hate us because like, I'm like, obviously we had the whole Casa situation, and I don't think they liked the way Aaron handled it the most.
Yep.
So I'm like, I don't know if they just like, no, fuck Karina because
No.
they have too much going on.
No,
the drama
no.
was on 10. So yeah, I just didn't know. I'm like, who knows? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe they hate us, maybe they love us.
Right. Well, people obviously love you guys.
Yeah, and I seen that, and like for me, I told her every single thing. I didn't leave anything out, and I mean, I felt like she deserves to know everything that happened, whether she was ready to or not. And I even told her the moment that I walked in, like, I'll tell you everything. And she wasn't ready. And when she was ready, I broke everything down to her, and I didn't miss a beat. And when the movie night came, it just wasn't anything that she didn't see that I didn't tell her. So
Down to the little comments.
Right.
everything,
And-
like everything.
And that is the way to go, because on the other hand of that, we've seen couples where it didn't go that way.
Yeah.
As for movie night, Serena, they showed a clip of you talking about Kordell. And I loved your reaction to that clip, because I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, in that moment you were like, fuck, like I did say those things,
Yeah.
and maybe like I did confuse him a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, so being in the villa is easy to like lose track of time and lose track of things that you said or done. Like, so like honestly, like I knew I was just like teeter-tottering. And I told him, I was trying to find an ick in everything you did.
She did.
I was like, yeah, no, I was trying to find any reason to not like him. So seeing that, I was like, you know what, I could also like take accountability for like, you know, being a little wishy-washy and being like, no, even though, you know, we ended up where we ended up.
Yeah.
But,
And I respect that the most about her, because there's not a lot of women that would tell you these things and like, you know, keep it 100 with you. So that's what really drew me closer to her.
Yeah.
So.
I loved even when it did feel like she had kind of was like, this is maybe a friend situation. You were like, we'll see. Like, you know, like
we'll see
it's
about
just
that
because I don't know. Sometimes that can really, especially with guys, that can really damage their ego, and it's like,
Yeah.
but like it didn't turn you off. Like you were like, okay, we'll see. Like we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I wasn't tripping at
Yeah.
all.
Right. And I really loved the fact that you like allowed Serena to be mad at you. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like when she threw the breakfast at you,
Yeah, I mean-
which was an iconic
Who told you
moment.
to do that?
Who told you to bring
do
two
Okay,
breakfasts
so
at once?
look, let me.
Because
No
they
one told me.
sabotaged you.
You know what? No one told me. I literally thought it was gonna be a good idea. It's funny because Miguel said, "Hey, don't do it." I said, "Okay," and then I said, "I'm gonna do it,"
Yeah.
because I don't want to change my ways, because I've made breakfast for her since day one, and I mean that's just the things that I do, and I don't know, it's kind of crazy. I shouldn't have done it, but I did it, and she threw it on me, and I get it, you know.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this was stupid, but it was some good guac though. She
Yeah.
missed out, so you know.
Yeah, and I just, you know, you were so rightfully angry, Serena, and I think like Kordell, you like just taking it from her was what you like had to do,
Right.
because on the opposite side of that, I think we saw with Kayla and Aaron, like Aaron would get a little mad when Kaylor would get mad. And I think as a viewer, we were kind of like, how doesn't he realize like what he's done is wrong? But watching you guys, we were like, okay, Kordell knows he did something wrong, and you fucked up. You fucked up, Kordell, and you made your way back. Serena, do you think, you know, for trying to find like any ick with Kordell, was that a way to try to protect yourself because you knew that you liked him?
100%. After the first conversation, and like we had the same taste in music, the same favorite artists, like grew up a neighborhood away from each other.
Yeah, literally right around the corner.
5 minutes away.
Right around the corner.
No
It's fucking crazy. Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I was like, nah, I don't want to do this. I was like, no, I just want to like not feel these things, especially so fast. I was like, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to explore. I mean, I ended up in the same couple the entire time, except when I was single. But
I don't know what happened on that
except
one.
when you slept outside.
Yeah.
But it is, I mean, it's crazy because you're probably going in being like, I'm in Fiji, I'm on Love Island. I don't, like, do I want to end up with the guy that grew up like a town over? Like that's, you know? So it's great that it did work out that way. I think there was that recoupling after Casa was crazy to watch. You couldn't even look up, it seemed. How were you feeling? Like, did you know immediately, like, oh, no?
I knew the moment I stepped in, I just felt like everything. I'm like, oh, shit's finna go down. And when I get close, I'm like, okay, she's smiling. That's not good. So I'm looking, I'm like, oh, I fucked up. And I realized instantly, like, where my head and heart was once I seen her standing there alone. I was like, yeah, this isn't gonna work for me. And I know I had like a plan on what I was doing, but it was so stupid. But I guess it worked, but it was the dumbest shit that I've ever done. And I couldn't look at her because I was blind. First off, I'm blind as hell. She was blurry a little bit, and you know, I was looking, and
is that a smile? Is it a smile?
I seen the teeth. I'm like, okay, shit's finna go a little south. But you know, I couldn't do nothing but respect how she felt, because at the end of the day, you know, her feelings are validated, and you know, I have to respect that. And she's obligated to feel the way that she wants to feel.
Totally.
Absolutely.
Serena, I want to ask you how you kind of dealt with Daya being in the villa, because that can be tough, and it felt like the girls still were able to have like some respect for each other in a way, because I'm like, I don't know if I would handle it like that, you know? So how did you kind of feel like, okay, you know, we gotta have these talks?
Yeah, it was definitely really hard. It's one thing seeing it on the video that I got, and then another like being in the villa with both of them. It was really hard. Like I was really trying to avoid any chance I got, like being around, even looking. Like I'm like, let me just go far, far away.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, my beef was with Kordell and not Daya. Like it was on him to have that respect for me and not her. She's a Casa girl, obviously, you know, like so it's like
they have one mission.
Right. I'm like, you did what you had to do. You're back in there. Shout out to my man. So I mean, my beef was with him. I definitely think she caught some strays at the recoupling, because like I blacked out. I just blacked out and just went on a rant. But and I apologize to her for that, because I don't think like she deserved like a lot of the slack. It was him. So I think we made amends, and like we actually get along very well. Me and Daya. So like I definitely think we're probably gonna hang out when we get out the villa too.
Well, I'm so happy you guys worked it out, because now you're here, the winners of Love Island USA. So adorable, so cute. I could literally feel it. Serena, people absolutely, us including, adored your friendship with Leah and Janae. You three together are just amazing. Did you feel like you were going to connect with them immediately?
Honestly, I knew probably from day one. So like me and Kayla were the first to walk in the villa, and then like people kept coming in, and then when Janae walked in, I like ran to her and jumped on her. You would have swore we knew each other. And I was like, I was waiting for you. And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah. And then like me and Leah, so similar. Yeah, I just knew we were going to be like hella close from the beginning. It was like a sisterhood off rip. Like we're all so different, but it complements each other so well. And like, I love people who like get my sense of humor and can take like my tough love, because I'm not like a really oh, babe.
Yeah.
You should.
Yeah.
I'm like, girl, suck that shit up.
Yeah.
So, and they like that. And so.
I feel like you guys all hyped each other up while also like keeping it real with each other too, because you have to, like, you need real friends like that, especially in the villa. You're hearing certain things that other people are saying. I mean, you heard about what some of the guys were saying while in Casa, you know, to Kordell, and then saying something totally different to you. Did you end up like making amends with all of them after?
Yeah, I did end up making amends with everyone because at the end of the day, we're all like a big family. Families fight, families do stupid shit. Like, but I definitely addressed it and, you know, told them that it definitely hurt because I viewed them as my family and like my brothers. And so like seeing that or hearing it and then watching it at movie night, I was like, come on, like why? You know, like it's one thing to like hype him up and like, you know, be rooting for him. But to put my name in it and then like kind of like, you know, shit talk in a way is like, it's unnecessary. And I wouldn't do that. I never did that. So like, yeah.
Totally. I was so mad watching Kendall with you, Kordell. Like I was so mad
Really?
about that. Oh my God.
It flipped a lot of opinions of Kendall from those moments because we were like, oh, come on. Like we were, don't lead your boy that way.
Yeah, because
like,
we
don't
saw
do
him
that.
with Nicole and we were like, oh, so sweet. But why is he leading Kordell in this direction? Like what you guys saw at movie night.
But
And
it's good because all the apologies are there. And you guys, I will ask, like, it felt like you all were really, really close with everybody. Those kind of, that core group that had been there the longest. What's it like kind of making friendships like that in such a close quartered place?
I wouldn't say it's weird at all because it kind of reminds you of college. Like you get in there, you get with your dorm mates, and you got these people, you meet them, and y'all just kind of connect instantly because y'all are around each other 24/7. You see each other every day. We waking up next to each other, so we just have that time to really get close and really get to know each other and become one. So
I think that's like the best part of watching it as a viewer too, is seeing you guys form these friendships, the inside jokes that you let people in on. Like it just feels like people are there with you guys. Kordell, were you nervous for people to learn who your brother is? Because you said that has swayed, you know, past relationships, past, you know, conversations with women. How did you feel about this on the show?
Honestly, like, in a way, I was like, because I don't really talk about it, but I don't mind, you know, if it comes up. Because I look up to him. That's my big bro. He taught me everything. So it's just more of the fact that I don't want people to get the wrong impression and idea and try to focus more on him than me, which is like what I'm so used to. But from knowing her, from what like our first conversation, I could tell that it didn't matter. So if she would have found out, she would have found out, and she did, and it didn't matter to me. I mean, I knew she was messing with me for me, and that's the best part about it. So.
Totally. And it was so cool to watch you guys meet each other's families and have those conversations. Like, how crazy was it to hear your brother say, like, everyone's coming up to me and talking about the show?
That was the weirdest shit. That was the weirdest shit I've ever heard in my life, because it's always been people coming up to me talking about him.
Right.
So
they're like, oh my God, you're Kordell's brother.
Literally like how to turntables.
I just met Kordell's brother.
Office reference, but
No, it was. And it was really nice. Did you guys feel like meeting each other's family is kind of what finally maybe sealed the deal?
That was like my favorite days.
Go ahead.
I'm like really big on family, like super close with my family. I wish my mom and my dad could have been there, but she had just finished like a surgery. So, but like my sister, my brother, and my niece were like this. So like seeing them, I got so emotional, and like hearing what they had to, even like seeing my brother joke with Kordell, it was just amazing because me and my brother have a humor like that, and so does he. That's like probably one of the main reasons why we clicked so fast. It was like we can joke about anything. So seeing that, it was like super cute. And then like I was really nervous about what his family had to say, especially after I went off on them at the fire pit. Amazing. So I was like, oh no, they're gonna hate me.
No, they were actually rooting for her.
Oh, I could imagine. How can you not?
Of course.
My godmom in the breakfast comment, she was like, we gonna teach them how to make some real breakfast.
Exactly. They all knew. So we have to wrap up. Our last question quickly is, where are you guys, what's the first thing you're gonna do on the outside? Where are you guys headed? You have made some plans?
Yeah. We're going to the
amusement park.
We're going to Disney World.
exactly.
Big kids.
That's
But I love
amazing.
roller coasters.
Literally.
Adrenaline junkies. So
we're gonna do
we're
a
gonna
lot
go
of shit.
crazy.
Lot
Oh
of
my
shit.
gosh.
I-
So happy for you
Love
guys. We are wishing you
Couldn't
guys
ask for
the
a better
absolute
person to
best.
do it with.
And I'm so happy you guys ended
So
up
adorable.
together. I'm
Yep.
so happy you won too. Congratulations.
Congrats,
y'all.
guys.
Thank
Thank
y'all
you
so
so
much.
Thank you
much.
so much.
Thank you.